Today's Capture Life Photographer Spotlight is on Jen and Jenny from Sunshine Photography in Riverside, California. Thanks for coming, guys.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
Our pleasure.
So we met at SPAC 2019, and I was incredibly impressed with your business model. And I'd like to talk about that a little bit. But before we get started, and I ask this of just about every photographer I talk to, how did you guys end up in the photo industry?
Well, I personally fell into photography. I was going to college for a degree in fashion design, slightly different world. And I took a job to get me through college at a portrait studio. Once I was out of school, I went off, I did my own thing in the fashion world, and then I ended up coming back to photography for a different studio. And then I took a job with Life Touch, preschool photography, and that is where I met Jenny.
Yeah.
Got it. Jenny, you were working for Life Touch at that time?
I actually started out as a preschool teacher, and I was going to school for that. And then I was asked to come and interview for Life Touch preschool division. And so that's where I became a preschool photographer for Life Touch.
It's very interesting for me to hear these stories because I find that in many, many cases, it was never our first intention and to end up in the photo business. And I think you have to be a little crazy to stay in the photo business. So.
Yeah, definitely.
So if we get to your specific area of focus in photography, what do you guys consider to be your realm?
We do have a portrait studio in the historic portion of downtown Riverside.
Yep.
And at our studio, we work a lot with families and newborns. We also have a couple dance schools that we photograph and some private schools too. But really the bread and butter of our business is our preschool division.
Your preschool division, and what I'm guessing you go out, you grab all your equipment, you take it from the studio, head out to a daycare center or preschool and get set up and ready for picture day. Walk me through this workflow a little bit. At the trade show that we were at, and I was super impressed with everything. We live in a time where young parents are starting to expect a different experience from photo day. And from what I remember when you guys walked me through it, you guys had really embraced this new experience model. If you guys don't mind, could you take me through a little bit of what photo day looks like at a preschool?
Yeah, absolutely. We actually really firmly believe that our portrait day experience begins with the child's experience. We really focus on creating a unique experience for each child that we photograph and creating an environment where we're going to be able to get those genuine smiles and not ask for a smile, but create a smile based on whatever that child is giving to us. And the teachers seeing us interact with the children in that fashion really flows back to the directors and ultimately to the parents as well.
I love how you explained starting the experience with the subject. I mean, sometimes especially in volume photography, we almost forget that the subject is part of this whole process, right?
Absolutely. I feel like a lot of times people fall into the trap of viewing the kids as heads and numbers as opposed to the unique individual that they each are. And we know mom appreciates us being able to capture their child's personality and not just a say cheese.
Yeah, right. That's such a great approach, and it's such a great message for everyone out there just to take a moment, pause, and go, what am I really doing here, right? And we all know what, you got to make the sale at one level, right, to the daycare center directly, but really we can't leave the subjects behind, and they're our stars, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's pretend I'm the parent. Can you walk me through what the parent experience is? I love how you guys concentrate on the child's experience. Now, how do you focus when the parent comes into this process?
So after we're done photographing all the kiddos, we actually put them on the laptops. Then we have them available for viewing and ordering for the parents.
Got it.
And we usually start that around 12:30 about. So then they're ready for viewing. Then the parents come to pick up their kiddos, and they're greeted by a Sunshine team member at that time when they come in. And so when they're greeted, we ask them to come and sit down. Did you get to see your kiddos' pictures? Then we show them on the computers, and then we explain all the packages with them.
Excellent. So you basically go and meet them at the door, huh?
Yes, yes. So we do have our table set up right there in the front. So that way, when every parent comes in, the first person they see is our Sunshine team member.
Do these parents have an idea ahead of time? Does the daycare center allow you guys to communicate out through some of those channels so parents are aware of when this is all going to happen? Do they open that up to you?
Yeah, so we actually will send them a confirmation kit before picture day that has posters, take-home flyers. All of that states that we are doing the viewing and ordering the same day. We also are really big on our social media with the Facebook, so we definitely try to reach our parents on there, and we have a lot of followers on there.
Great.
And we promote that so that they can get that information.
We utilize email marketing as well, where we will save info from the last picture day, and then we push out an email before picture day that says, this is your backdrop, these are your picture days. And so we really try to utilize all of the forms of communication at our disposal.
Did you say, did I get this right? You guys do photos and the viewing in the same day?
Yes. So
Oh man, that's impressive. Yeah, got it. You must do a really good job on the front end with the photography, because in my experience, not every picture I took was always a good picture, right?
Right.
We do a little bit of editing before the pictures actually get to the parents, but it's a really rough edit. We're basically just taking out blinks and the funky smiles. So we really, really hone our photographer's eye so that she knows when she catches the shot, and then she'll just in camera delete anything that can come out. But other than that, we're not retouching or anything like that before they get to moms.
That, I can't tell you, that is a super modern experience, fully built on the digital model. You know, there's still a lot of photographers are still stuck in a print world. And when I say print world, I mean everything from like the first order form, right, is still it's printed, right? But what you guys have really done is just said, I want to embrace a digital workflow and make sure that this can all work in one day, which I think is brilliant.
And I really think that we're able to capture what the millennial mom wants. So we are not wasting anything. So we're definitely green with that. So we don't print any pictures that they have not ordered. Right. We're not printing proofs. I feel like we're catering to the now. So the now mentality that, you know, right now is what they want. So we get to see them that same day. They get to view them. You know, their pictures come back in a week or two. So
that's right. That's good. Right. So you've embraced this millennial now experience, right? Yes. And part of the experience, of course, comes with providing access to these images on smartphones, which quite frankly hasn't been a strong suit of the photo industry either, right?
Right.
And so you guys have been using CaptureLife for that. How long have you been using CaptureLife as that part of the process?
So we have been using CaptureLife now for 3 seasons. This is the beginning of our 3rd season with you guys, and we love it.
When I talk to millennial parents, from what I understand, and you guys can help me understand this a little better, daycares have really embraced this model of overabundance of images. I mean, they're snapping a gazillion images each day. In many cases, daycare centers are actually sending these images out. I mean, they might take them this is on a daily basis, they might take them at nap time and snack time and activity time, and parents can be getting 4 to 5 images per day. Do you feel like this this almost commoditization of images, this free flow of images has somehow competed against your business or your model?
I personally don't think that we have to compete with those snapshots coming in from teachers. Every season we come in with a custom designed set that's going to give mom really a studio style portrait experience with multiple poses per child. And we're capturing those expressions that a simple, quick snapshot is just never going to be able to do.
I think you hit the nail on the head there. We need to be prepared to do things that mom's never going to be able to do, right? And it sounds like you've done that by restaging this photo shoot. Going back to the experience, right? You're restaging the experience every time you go in to shoot photos.
Right.
Yeah. So CaptureLife is the place where you deliver the professional images out to your customers. Can you tell me what the response has been from parents as far as CaptureLife is concerned?
Yeah, so before using CaptureLife, we were stuck burning CDs, and I'm pretty sure I was going crazy watching that little spinning wheel over and over again. So the first season using CaptureLife to deliver our digital downloads to our parents, it was a little bit, of a training process for our parents. So they're used to getting a tangible CD where they would go and do
Right.
something with it. So, but now that they're getting this digital download, we were able to train them, and now they love it. They're like, where's my digital downloads? The fact that this will be coming on to our third season. So 3 seasons ago, the parent that purchased digitals from us, they continue to get their digital images in that same app,
Yep.
which is something that right there pays for itself for them because it's in the cloud, it's storing it for them. They don't have to worry anymore about that. We send the prints, they get them in about 3 weeks is our turnaround with shipping and
Yep.
everything. So we do not try to wait for those. Before, they used to have to wait with them, with the CDs, because the CDs would come in with the prints. But
Right.
then now that's another good selling tool for us.
I heard there's going to be 1.2 trillion images uploaded onto the internet this year, right?
Wow.
It's noisy, and
Yeah,
it's really noisy. and Facebook, or it's not, Facebook's down. It's now Instagram and Snapchat, which is really interesting because these are image first communication tools, right? The first mode of communication is the image. The second mode of text is an afterthought with Snapchat and Instagram, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's real noisy out there, and I certainly am excited to hear that your parents are saying I like these to ride above the noise, and they have access to also throw them out into the noise if they want to, right?
Very easily, actually.
And I'm hoping that actually, because we want to grow, and we've been transitioning to try and go get, bigger schools and elementary schools.
Yep.
And I think that using CaptureLife would be a really good tool to let the principals know that we've been photographing these preschools, and then now they've got their preschool pictures. And then so now you want Sunshine Photography to come in elementary schools.
Yep.
So that way they have their kindergarten through 8th grade pictures with us.
You're going to go get those schools, I guarantee it. You've got the tool to show them, right? And just go, this is how it works. Spot on. Good luck going after them.
I actually think we used it last week when we were out selling with a new director at a preschool. So to show them how our digital deliveries work. And
Awesome. Love to hear it. I'm going to say it again. I'm super impressed with your workflow. Love to hear it. Love to hear how you've embraced the modern digital workflow end to end. You're not stuck on some sort of legacy of, I'm going to do this, and then it's going to take a while. You're not going to see your image. I mean, you are in the same day turning around and displaying your work. I think that's absolutely brilliant. Nice work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we could actually get our digitals out the next day to our parents, but I just need to make sure that those checks don't bounce. So if I can ensure that, we can become a lot sooner.
honestly, that's the goal. It's such a value to them, and honestly, it's a lot less work on our end too. So
Yeah, well, you said that word now earlier, right?
Yes,
the now mentality.
that's what it is right now.
What I've heard is that CaptureLife starts marketing itself, because if you get that delivery out, and what I mean by that, it starts marketing for you in that you get that first delivery out way before those prints come back, right?
Right.
Yeah.
The parents that didn't order the prints, and I know this because we're hearing this coming into us right now from photographers, the parents start asking, well, why do you have that?
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Why don't I have my pictures? And it's like, oh, because you ordered those tangible prints, those, you know.
That's right. Yeah, and so the inbounds coming in are all, this mom got the images right on her phone, where are mine? Well, that's a welcome inbound call, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can show you how to do that, right?
Yeah, next season when we come in, look for that digital download.
Or you know what? Let's just do an order over the phone. I'll put
I
some.
love that's you got it. Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming on. I want to do this interview because my gut tells me that we're already pretty far along in this transition period, right? And you guys hit the nail on the head with, again, embracing that workflow. But I appreciate you coming on to share this story, because what I wanted to get this message out to other photographers. Sometimes there's a lot of fear involved, and sometimes it's a matter of we don't know what the right path is, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to find the right tools to use. And so I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys coming on to explain how you guys are using the workflow, the process, and how CaptureLife fits into that. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having us.
It was our pleasure.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.